is just fantastic.
Captain's log, subdates 210728.9. So since we are being followed, I've decided to send the Suliban a picture of a naked ballless Bork along with a cake made from one of his regenerating testes. I dubbed this cake the Cum Shock. Just as I was starting to think that perhaps the creators and social media influencers that took advantage of their young impressionable audiences, or fans, was in and of itself starting to die off, Joe Robe, aka John Robert Bell, couldn't help but pull his trousers down and squeeze out a ginormous fudge dragon all over that. Disclaimer: Joe Robe, aka John Robert Bell, has featured in a video on this channel concerning that vegan teacher. I am going to now remove that video, even though the points he made were correct against that vegan teacher. I will not associate with anyone in this particular area. Now, yes, it's all allegations and I shouldn't be so reactionary, but in reality, all the evidence is out there now, and it paints an alarming picture. I do not, for the sake of my own channel, want to associate with that. Additionally, people on all platforms should be allowed to discuss this. So if the allegations are true that TikTok has been removing videos talking about this, TikTok has a problem. Predators need to be called out, or alleged predators need to be called out. So for those who don't know, Joe Robe was a reasonably successful woke activist influencer on TikTok. His more notable rise to fame did include his back and forth with that vegan teacher, who once said to him, "You're going to burn in hell." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only time she has ever been proven to be correct. It's also interesting that he called her out for her weird behaviour towards Tommy Innit, who's quite young, when he himself was doing something very similar with his own fans. The whole "one rule for me but not for thee" seems oddly applicable here. There is a YouTuber called Curly Daddy 101 who did a fantastic video covering this, but there's a part of it that I want to play concerning what Rain.org recognizes as grooming.
Grooming. Know the warning signs. So this is the official sexual assault awareness website, and this is their definition of grooming. And it says grooming can take many different forms. It often follows a similar pattern. Victim selection. Abusers often observe possible victims and select them based on ease of access to them or their perceived vulnerability. Gaining access and isolating the victim. Abusers will attempt to physically or emotionally separate a victim from those protecting him and often seek out positions in which they have contact with minors. Trust development and keeping secrets. Abusers often attempt to gain trust of a potential victim through gifts, attention, sharing secrets, and other means to make them feel that they have a caring relationship and to train them to keep the relationship secret. Desensitization to touch and discussion of sexual topics. Abusers will often start to touch a victim in ways that appear harmless, such as hugging, wrestling, and tickling, and later escalate to increasingly more sexual contact, such as massages or showering together. Abusers may also show the victim corn, which is just put pee on top of corn, or discuss sexual topics with them to introduce the idea of sexual contact. And finally, attempt by abusers to make the behavior seem natural. To avoid raising suspicions for teens who may be closer in age to the abuser, it can be particularly hard to recognize tactics used in grooming. Be alert for signs that your teen has a relationship with an adult that includes secrecy, under the influence of control, or pushes personal boundaries.
If at all interested, please consider subscribing to them. They make very good content. So to the first allegation, we go to Dylan. And this video did get removed from TikTok. I'm going to summarize but then play a relevant clip. Dylan, who has more than 350,000 followers, made a 3-minute video accusing Joe Robe of being a hypocrite. Why did he call him a hypocrite, you ask? Well, the reason why is because while Joe Robe himself calls out this kind of behavior, of grooming, he himself was trying to do the same to Dylan for his 18th birthday, to try and get him to meet up in a B&B and even offer to ply him with alcohol. Bit weird. Here's a relevant passage.
John is a disgusting and terrible hypocrite who abuses his platform by using his clout to groom and prey upon underage boys. He has done this to multiple people, including me. John first followed me whenever I had about 30,000 followers and joined my live stream and asked for my Snapchat, so I gave it to him. After Snapchatting for a few weeks, I invited him to a Zoom call with me and my other TikTok friends. After about a week of John joining the Zooms, he asked me if I wanted to get an Airbnb with him on my 18th birthday, which was over 3 months away. At the time, I thought it was a good idea, and initially, it was supposed to be with other people. This is him asking me who we should invite. After a few more days, I realized those were not his true intentions. He started to send me links to one-bedroom Airbnbs, and he offered to purchase me alcohol if I went. And this is him talking about the one-bedroom.
YouTuber Papa Gut did a rather lengthy live stream going through a Google document which detailed a list of all of the allegations made against Joe Robe. One TikTok user reported that Joe Robe created a Zoom call for 15 to 19-year-olds and got them all to take a BDSM sexual deviance test and then share those results with him for his, of course, scientific research. The document also claims that Joe Robe tried to get Dylan to create an OnlyFans once he turned 18 and offered to set it up for him and subscribe. At some point, someone in the UK government is going to see this and be like, all social media users in the United Kingdom need a license to go on the internet. I know that seems like a very weird comment to make, but this number is increasing. The number of people taking advantage of their young impressionable fans is reaching a level of bonkers that is utterly unacceptable. People like Joe Robe, who had millions of followers on that platform on multiple accounts, incredibly successful for being very politically correct to the point of moderating one's own comments section, taking this very seriously, getting flack day in and day out for being a hypocrite when it came to being a male feminist, backing others who themselves were accused of rather unsavory behavior towards minors, because we male feminists got to stick together, bro, paints an incredibly damaging picture of Joe Robe. Somebody that was close to Joe Robe, called Xander the Empath, did reach out to him, to Joe Robe himself, to get some answers, because his audience knew that they were close. While disgusted with what Joe Robe had done, he decided to do this in the best interest of trying to get clarity. Joe Robe responded by privating and deactivating all his social media accounts. Xander got put on a 4-day ban for bullying because he brought this up in video form.
Please stop DMing me, please. I've heard, for those who don't know, Jorobe has allegedly tried to get with minors. Also allegedly tried to get them drunk. Just please, let me just deal with this. He's someone that I was on very friendly terms with, and I enjoyed it when I got to talk to him the few times that we did, and I'm just kind of disgusted right now. When I get the facts of the situation, I will let you guys know. I will try to reach out. Jorobe definitely groomed minors. Due to the request of Dylan, I reached out to Jorobe. After seeing my message, he deactivated his Instagram. I know it's deactivated versus blocked because it still shows that he follows me. This video that was at 1.1 million was taken down for bullying and harassment, and I was put on a 4-day ban because of it. The ban just got lifted, so I haven't been able to talk until literally right now. There's been a lot of updates, but I just don't have the time to tell y'all now. And now I have to be even more careful because it just seems like I'm on the edge of being on a permaban. All because I exposed the J word. A lot of people have contacted Mr. Better's church because he works with children. The church is hung up on people. The church has denied any involvement with him, even though it's very obvious that he does work there. So instead of holding your own accountable, you're just pretending that he doesn't work there.
Deactivating one's accounts does not in any way help you. Answering questions may well help you, but in reality at this point, this isn't, by the way, for those who are interested, about being cancelled. But he has been cancelled. This is about accountability. He must take accountability and responsibility for what he did. And the only way he could do that would be to use those accounts and either debunk or come clean. At this point, I doubt either will happen, because people like him fall into this bracket of woke person thinking the rules don't apply to them. Continually this has happened over the 6 years I've been here, where a male feminist has been caught out committing heinous crimes multiple times. And I'm not even joking. At this point, the more progressive people are the ones that aren't woke, simply because they're not going out of their way to groom minors. Now, of course, yes, this is all alleged. If any of it is true, though, don't come back, because the behaviour collected as evidence is indicative of a predator.